This is a ZenoLink data view analysis for rehab. This is for a gait analysis. We'll skip down to hip shoulder rotation, which tells us how effective the patient is counter-torquing. What we're looking for is equal and opposite rotation of the pelvis relative to the upper torso. We can see here that we do get some counter-torquing, equal, or I should say opposite movement. You'll see that a couple things crop up. We look here just real quick. The first sort of the right knee. First thing that crops up is that the upper torso moves very little relative to the pelvis, and the pelvis is moving about. We typically like to see it somewhere between 8 to 10 degrees. Here we see it moving more like 15. So not huge, but definitely over-rotating a little bit. And the other thing is that we'll see that we have more rotation clockwise towards the right side than we do towards the left side. So the left side, we don't have quite as much rotation of the pelvis. So we have some asymmetries as well as some over-rotations, but generally have some basic counter-torquing, which is good. As far as knee flexion, extension, range of motion, we're looking at flexion, extension. Typically see extension of the knee going into foot contact, some flexion through mid-stance, extension again through toe off, and then going back into flexion. I will say that the left knee tends to be much more effective than the right knee. The right knee, for the most part, seems to be extending all the way through toe off, whereas the left knee is going into a little bit of flexion. So we have a better overall range of motion, better overall patterning on the left side than the right side. We'll take a look at hip extension, flexion, extension again here, flexion, extension. In this case, we see hip flexion about equal, fairly symmetrical. The right side, you see these little like bumps as opposed to nice smooth. So we get some issues in the right side hip. We also see that the right side hip is extending significantly more than the left hip. And that coincides with the lack of rotation to that side. So we definitely see asymmetry between the left and the right side. The left side seems to be going through a better pattern, but with less range of motion at the hip. Right side seems to be going through some breakdown as far as patterning goes, with some disruption in range of motion as well. So with our PST, we'll start very, very slowly trying to build some symmetry between the right and the left, mostly in terms of strength and patterning, and then we can move into more dynamics as we improve overall pattern.